What's going on, everybody? It is the one and only Q here from Retro Q Gaming, and I hope you like numbers and technology because there's going to be lots of it in this video today. And what's it in relation to? Well, we're going to talk SSDs. Now, of course, SSDs have been a big part of the conversation lately, at least for the console guys, because 2020 is finally getting next generation consoles with SSDs inside them. Congratulations, console guys. Welcome to 2010. You're going to love it. But the big important thing is that they both have high-speed SSDs in there, one of which is a lot better than the other. We'll talk about that now in a minute. But specifically something that's been pushed heavily as a big narrative. Sony have the less powerful console out of the two next-generation consoles. The Xbox Series L is more powerful and better in practically every way outside of the SSD. So of course, Sony and their drone fanbase have come out and used this to their advantage to try and just talk big up, big hype, everything about the SSD. According to them, the SSD it's so powerful and so fast, it's going to make up and even exceed the power difference between the Xbox Series L just because of an SSD somehow. Oh my god, these people saying it out loud is even stupider than seeing it on the screen. Now, of course, these drives, in theory, aren't even out yet because the Xbox Series L isn't going to launch until November, and the PlayStation 5 is expected to launch in November. And you may remember that when I talked about this topic several times before, well, I had already pointed out that several companies had announced they would be making equal, compatible, and even superior drives in the meantime and everything going forward. This, of course, falls on Sony fanboy deaf ears, where they say that the PlayStation 5's SSD will influence how technology is created for the PC going forward for several years and the entire generation. Absolute idiots. So where does all that factor in here today, anyway? Well, earlier in the year, Samsung showed off their upcoming PCIe 4.0 drive, and at the time, this drive was rated at 6500 Mbps read speed and 5000 Mbps write speed. This was all kind of corroborated at the time, more recently a few weeks ago, when the product page went live earlier than it should, and it had these numbers on it. Of course, the product page was quickly taken down, and fast forward a few weeks, and as of yesterday, we have another extra new product page for the same drive. And it looks even better, because it seems to have gotten a performance increase. The drive is now rated for a read speed of 7000 Mbps and a write speed of 5000 Mbps. So the drive has got a little bit faster when it comes to read speeds. Now, just as a quick comparison, let me give you the console variants as well. The Xbox Series X runs at 2400 Mbps, and the PlayStation 5 runs at 5500 Mbps, meaning it is 1500 Mbps slower than this new Samsung drive. Remember, read speeds are the important one for gaming here because you're reading all your texture data, all your effects, all your everything off the drive. But that Samsung 980 Pro page, that was from a way time back, because we all know in PC gaming, everything moves super fast. Everything moves faster than even PCIe 4.0. Because that Samsung stuff, that's from yesterday. We now have a new king when it comes to consumer level PCIe 4.0 SSDs. This one is brought to you by Saberent. Because Saberent have launched a couple of new SSDs, but the more important one to note is the new Rocket 4 Plus, because it is even faster than yesterday's Samsung drive. So how much faster, you might be wondering? Well, it still rocks the same 7000 Mbps read speed, that same 7000 that is 1500 Mbps faster than a PlayStation 5, but it's the read speed that really drives it to the current number one drive. Because the Saberent Rocket 4 Plus has a write speed of 6850 Mbps, which almost completely caps out PCIe 4.0 in both lanes. If you've seen my previous video from a few weeks ago where I talked about these SSDs and the controllers they use, this new one from Saberent is possible because it now uses the Phison E18 memory controller, which can allow drives of up to 8TB capacity and 7000 Mbps read and write speeds. And while we're already there for the read speeds, this drive is very close for the write speed. Now, these drives do technically exceed the PlayStation 5 requirements, so in theory, it will likely be a viable replacement and an option to be able to use it, because not all drives will be compatible. Of course, we always want to wait 100% to get confirmation if it will fit both physically and otherwise in the PlayStation 5 to be used for it. So as I told you months in advance, the SSD speed wars is over. Console guys, PlayStation 5 guys, you're losing in every single way, bro. But hey, at least you've got exclusive game. Oh wait, that's right. You won't have exclusive games for too long. Yikes.